My dad was in prison. For years, I was so angry I refused to visit him. The pain he caused our family felt like a deep, open wound that just wouldn't close. I built a wall around my heart, thinking it would protect me. But all it did was trap the bitterness inside. My mom would call, her voice gentle but persistent. "He needs to know he's still loved. Please, just go see him." Her words were like a constant soft knock on the door of my hardened heart. I remember driving one day just fuming. Why should I be the one to extend an olive branch? He was the one who messed up. He was the one who broke our family. The anger felt justified, righteous even. But then a thought surfaced, quiet but clear, a memory from Sunday school years ago. The teacher had said God loves everyone, even those who make terrible mistakes. That's why he sent Jesus, not just for the good people, but for everyone, for the broken, the lost, for people like my dad, for people like me filled with anger. That idea just wouldn't leave me alone. It churned in my mind for weeks. The anger was still there, but now it was mixed with something else. A nagging sense of conviction. If God could forgive the greatest of sins, who was I to hold on to my grudge? The anger was exhausting and honestly wasn't fixing anything. It was just poisoning me from the inside out. I wrestled with it, arguing with God in my mind, laying out all my reasons, all my hurt. But the simple truth of grace kept coming back, again and again. Finally, the day came. I drove to the prison, my stomach in knots. I sat in the parking lot for what felt like an eternity, my hands gripping the steering wheel. I was so nervous, so full of conflicting emotions. I bowed my head and just prayed, "God, I can't do this on my own. I don't feel love right now. I just feel hurt. Please help me to love him the way you love him. Give me your strength, your compassion." I took a deep breath, got out of the car and walked inside. Seeing him across the visiting room table was surreal. He looked older, smaller than I remembered. The silence was heavy. All the angry words I had rehearsed in my head just vanished. I looked at him, and for the first time in years, I didn't just see the man who hurt us. I saw a man who was broken, lonely, and full of regret. I walked over, and before I could even think, I just wrapped my arms around him. "Dad," I whispered, "I forgive you." At those words, he just broke. The tough exterior he always wore crumbled, and he started sobbing, clinging to me like a lifeline. It wasn't a pretty cry. It was the gut-wrenching sound of years of pent-up shame and guilt pouring out. Right there in that cold, sterile visiting room, I told him about the love that had changed my own heart. I told him about Jesus, about a grace that was bigger than any mistake, a forgiveness that was free for the asking. Through his tears, he whispered that he wanted that peace. He accepted Christ right then and there. After that visit, everything changed. We started writing letters back and forth. His letters weren't about prison life. They were filled with newfound faith, with questions about the Bible, with hope. He wrote to my mom asking for her forgiveness too. Slowly, piece by piece, our shattered family began to mend. The letters became phone calls, and the phone calls became regular visits. The bitterness that had defined our relationship was replaced by a shared faith and a genuine sense of reconciliation. I started visiting him regularly, not out of obligation, but because I wanted to. Each visit, I saw more of the old dad disappear and a new man emerge. The hope in his eyes was real. He was studying, mentoring other inmates, and truly trying to live a new life. Our conversations were no longer about the painful past, but about a hopeful future. It was a miracle unfolding right before my eyes, a testament to the power of forgiveness. This whole journey taught me something profound. God's love isn't just for the people who are easy to love. It reaches into the darkest places, into prison cells, into broken hearts. It calls us to love the seemingly unlovable, because that's exactly what he does for us. Forgiveness isn't about letting the other person off the hook. It's about setting yourself free from the prison of bitterness. When we choose to forgive, we open the door for healing, for restoration, and for hope to shine in the most unexpected places. It's a love that can truly heal a family and restore what was lost. Thank you for listening.